Hello. Hello, welcome to another episode of This is Australia. You wouldn't believe where we are. Look above. Nothing. No, it wasn't the storm. No, this is actually a demolition site. It's a house demolition. But what happened usually with the house demolitions, what they normally do is this. Yeah. Basically, they take one big excavator like down you can see now on your screens. They pull everything down to bits and take everything to a landfill. And this is what we're here for. Because we're going to introduce the new man versus machine segment. Yeah, that's it. So basically what we're saying is that instead of demolishing these buildings, these beautiful houses, with these wonderful materials, with these big machines and take them to the tip, why don't we just employ people to dismantle and then try to sell the materials, save a lot of money on tip fees, and give a lot of these beautiful materials another life instead of going to the tip. So basically, we might have a winner here. I don't know who's going to be the winner at the end, but let's start now. We already started, sorry. So we can give a lot of work to a lot of people by dismantling and deconstructing these buildings, these houses. And your materials, they're not going to the tip. They have another life. And that's the amazing thing about this way of doing it. Instead of this machine like that, bang. We are now on a demolition site at Bondi Beach. This particular building is about 1920s bungalow. And we teamed up with a company called All Sydney Constructions in order to see if we can reuse and recycle the materials out of this beautiful building. Materials like this one, for example, beautiful LED light windows, which normally would be destroyed, would be smashed up with an excavator, and then would be loaded into a semi-trailer to be taken to the tip. I mean, can you believe something like this would be lost forever? This is a treasure. So, instead of employing one driver and one operator on the machine, All Sydney Constructions will employ carpenters to pull everything apart in order to reuse the materials and also to recycle. We caught up with Dennis, the director of All Sydney Construction.
Hello, my name is Dennis. I'm a director of All Sydney Constructions. I have teamed up with Harry Chukalas doing a demolition in Bondi. And the reason is we are trying to recycle all the materials that we can recycle instead of tipping them. This house here has a lot of good materials, beautiful LED light windows, flooring, 4x2, Oregon, hardwood, pine decking.
What type of flooring do you have in this particular house here?
This flooring is a Baltic pine and we are recycling it. We're selling it to a very good price to people so they can reuse it instead of tipping it.
You also mentioned about another house you're demolishing also in North Bondi. And what type of flooring you have over there?
The other house that we're going to be doing, it's got Carry pine as well. It's a very good floor.
What about the LED light windows? I mean, normally people will come with an excavator and a big truck and they'll smash everything. Would they smash windows like this, and what would you do about them?
Well, normally a lot of people, they demolish everything and they tip everything. These LED light windows are beautiful LED light windows. They're very old and they've got a lot of value, and it's a shame to go to the tip. This house is built with solid bricks and it's built with lime and mortar, so it's a shame to tip them and waste them.
You mentioned earlier on about timbers. What sort of timbers would you have, for example, up on the roof, and what would you do with them?
This house has 4x2 ceiling joists and rafters. They are Oregon. They are better than the new one. Buying a new Oregon a lot of times twists because it's still not dry. They're dry. They're not going to twist. They're not going to bow any more than what already they have.
what you're saying is that this old timber is better than new?
Yes, old timber it is better than new.
Thank you, Dennis. Well, up to now, we had an amazing result. We recycled and reused 93% of all the rubbish out of this house. And we employed about 4 people for 2 weeks instead of 1 person, 1 driver, 1 machine operator for maybe a couple of days. So there's a lot more employment when we actually do the demolition by hand. And the most important thing of all is we reused a lot of materials. Now everything, from the tiles, from the timber on the roof. People just picked up this amazing timber that was 100 years old. Beautiful weathered Oregon. And then the beautiful LED light windows. We had a lot of interest about the LED light windows. One of these beautiful LED light windows was bought by Alex. And we asked Alex to tell us what she thinks about our way, by hand, doing the demolition of that beautiful house. Let's see what she says.
We are trying to make my mum's new house into a home, and I grew up in a California bungalow and we had a lot of LED lights, and so I went looking around for some LED lights and I found a beautiful one that I'm here today to have a look at.
So what do you think when people have to demolish a house to build a new one? And there's this big demolishers that come with a big excavator and they smash everything up and then they take everything to the tip. And now we have this particular team here that they employ experts like carpenters and laborers, and they dismantle everything. And instead of just having a big machine, they're just doing everything by hand in order to save these materials. What's your opinion about this?
I really appreciate the time and the effort that you're putting into saving these items, and I wanted to be supportive of that. I love that I can save a piece of Australian history that was doomed to end up in landfill.
Next were the bricks. We had to find a way to reuse and recycle the bricks from the house. So we called Keith from the brick pit to the rescue. We spoke to Keith about his way of reusing the bricks from old houses like this, and this is what he said to us.
I'm Keith Carcaval, owner of the Brick Pit, based here in Sydney, established in 1975. We're Australia's oldest brick recycler. Okay, the Brick Pit is strictly recycled bricks. So we take pre-1950s lime mortar bricks and we bring them back to the yard and we convert them back into the marketplace. We clean them and repackage them and sell them back to the market. They go to restaurants, cafes, custom-built homes, either as feature walls or potentially paving at a country estate. So it's an engineering material that architects specify and used in all building applications.
How do you get to clean those bricks? Is it something about them that they are reusable?
Yeah, the product we were able to recycle is strictly based on whether it's lime mortar or cement mortar, how they've been laid. Generally speaking, pre-1950s, the majority of bricks were laid in lime mortar. Lime mortar is a soft mortar, and we're able to clean it. Anything after 1950s that used cement mortar, it cannot be salvaged.
So here we are, we have this place here that we are trying to recycle. Basically the whole idea is that instead of just getting a big excavator with 1 operator and 1 big semi-trailer with 1 driver, is we employ people, we dismantle everything, we try to sell or give away the materials to people, including the plants. But now we come to the bricks. So how can we get rid of the bricks from here and just get them to your site?
Harry, this site here at Bondi, you've got approximately 10 to 12,000 bricks. It's a 3-bedroom California bungalow. Whenever there's a good brick to be salvaged, we want it. And we offer several options for demolishers or builders, homeowners to salvage their bricks. We have a brand called Brick Rescue. That allows anyone to call us up, and as long as it's pre-1950s lime mortar brick and it can be salvaged into a good product, we can provide a skip-in service. The client will pay for that skip-in service, but it's heavily discounted and subsidized. But then as well, depending on what the product is, we might even pay the client for their product that they put in there. or we can arrange transport of large trucks, semi-trailers, bogies, 8-wheelers, truck and dogs. We hire the trucks, and then the contractor on site, whether it's a demolisher or a builder, he manages to get us salvageable brick in the bins and back to our yards.
When you get a truckload of bricks, I could imagine you have a lot of leftovers, maybe half bricks, bricks that they break, you have mortar. Is it a waste product, or again, you try to do something with it?
The brick pit does have a waste product that comes out of what we do. We might get 10 or 15% broken brick as waste. That waste has to be taken away and crushed. It normally goes into road base. So every product that comes into the brick pit in some way is recycled also and goes back into the marketplace, either as a whole brick or as a crushed product.
Can you tell us some examples of the end product, like the application of the second-hand bricks?
When I bought the brick pit in 2007, the first thing we did was lift the quality of the product we were selling, but as well we started grading the bricks and also sorting the bricks according to color. In doing this, Harry, it allowed architects to specify our product. And so we get involved with a lot of custom-built homes, award-winning homes, shop fit-outs, cafes, restaurants, country estates that are building barns, paving. So not only is our product used here in Sydney, Hunter Valley, but also, generally speaking, we have a semi-trailer bricks going up to Queensland weekly. So yeah, our bricks are all over Australia, and we've actually been involved with some export projects as well. Last year, a project that Brickpit was involved won the HIA Home of the Year for 2016. It's a luxury home in Burraneer Bay. We supplied over 80,000 bricks to that. We have supplied another architecturally award-winning project was in Austin Mere for Master Builders National Award in 2014, something like that. Grounds of Alexandria, we supplied hundreds of thousands of bricks over years. That's a project that's ongoing. The people of the grounds are always innovating, they're always building new things, and so we're always supplying bricks. Cranides, Google headquarters in Piermont we were involved with, councils, and also like the West Connects. We've been specified by the West Connects for some landscaping projects, so big government projects or small DIY projects. It's a feel-good product. You know, we like what we do, we're good at what we do, and as I said, the footprint that we leave is a negative footprint. There's the only waste that we produce in our yard is the lunch wrappers that we bring to our luncheon. Whether it comes to me or it comes to someone else in the industry is reused. That's all I care about. And so Brick Rescue is more of a cause-driven brand, and we just want to see that product reused and not crushed or thrown into landfill. We keep people busy there's never a dull moment in the brick pit. There's always plenty of work to do. Even in a quiet day, there's plenty of work. And our labor force fluctuates between maybe 8 to 12 people, but it is a steady labor force, and we've been doing it a long time, over 40 years. I'm in my 11th year of owning the brick pit. One of the keys for what we're doing is we'd like to see a more closed-loop system between the council and the developers and the brick recyclers. We hate to see a demolition occur and then it goes to be crushed. It's a road base. It doesn't need to happen. We'd like to see a reporting system back to the councils. The councils in the DA process, they put that it needs to be reused rather than recycled and crushed. And so I think that's the first place we'd like to see a bit of change. And then as well, that creates jobs. Basically, in a demolition where you're trying to rescue the bricks, you're creating jobs on the job site and also jobs in our yard. And that's a good thing for Australia. Yeah, so if you are a developer or a builder or a DIY, if you have a need for brick or you have brick coming out of a demolition, give us a call. You can either go to our website and send us an email or report it through Brick Rescue, or give us a call. We'll come on out and have a look at what you're doing and give you some advice and how best to achieve the outcome you're trying to achieve. So give us a call, We look forward to hearing from you.
What an amazing end use of these bricks that they normally go to the tip, or they might just get recycled with a crusher, just crushed into aggregates, which is still not very nice. If we can actually reuse all these things, imagine all the power that we're saving. These huge plants down in Metropolitan Demolition and everywhere, they use a lot of energy. So if we use them, we're so much better. That's why we have to talk to the councils and the developers and make sure that we reuse everything. Reuse is better than recycling. Yes, of course. But I love the end use of these bricks with Keith. I mean, these applications in all these buildings everywhere around Australia. But my favorite, it's the grounds. The grounds in Alexandria. I mean, every single brick you see in there, it came from the brick pit. Imagine how many people employed for hundreds of thousands of bricks to clean them up, to pick them up from the demolitions. It's just incredible. That's what we should be doing all the time. Next, were the trees. Unfortunately, the trees, even those beautiful palm trees, these amazing palm trees, we couldn't reuse them. We tried to give them away to people. I mean, can you imagine people pay $5,000 to $10,000 for a tree like this and we couldn't give them away? We advertise here and there and everywhere, and nothing, absolutely nothing. So what do we have to do? Chainsaw. But hey, chainsaw with a difference. Look, we found this guy. Look what he's doing with the trees. I mean, this guy's amazing. He's just climbing like a monkey up on the trees. He just chopped them down, and then he just puts them on this monster. It was like a mouth opening up, picking up all the trees and making this mulch. Now let's have a look at that.
Hi, my name is Nibal Chalak. I'm the owner of Tree Power. We are a bunch of qualified arborists, TAFE qualified. We went to TAFE and we spent nearly 4.5 years learning about arboricultures and trees and how to cut trees safely and how to look after the trees. It's not about cutting trees only, it's about looking and take care of the trees too. And we are fully qualified. We have public liability, works comp, and we have to be qualified and we have to be insured. That's due to our danger in our industry. As you know, there's a lot of cowboys, but as you could see, the way we're doing the job nicely and safely, job sites, barricades, all the boys wearing all the PPE. Tree Power is fully equipped. We got stump grinders, cherry pickers, we got a large truck and large wood chipper. And this wood chipper is one of the most, it is the most dangerous machine you can ever use. Whoever has to use it has to be very careful, and every week we do induction how to use this chipper nicely and safely to prevent any accident or any injury to any our team member. I would call it sort of recycling operation. After we cut the trees, we take it down nicely and safely, and we feed the trees in the chipper. The chipper produces mulch, and this mulch we use it in the garden. I provide a lot of landscaping places with this mulch. There's a lot of benefit of using mulch in the garden. First thing, it does reduce the using of water in the garden by 75%, because when you put mulch at the surface of the garden, it will keep the soil moisture and it will reduce evaporation. Also, mulch provide valuable nutrition to the garden, and it keeps the garden cool summertime, and it keeps the soil warm wintertime. Also, mulch stop the weed from growing in the garden. Chainsaw is one of the most dangerous piece of equipment you can ever use. Last statistics, they're saying every year there's 2 or 3 in Australia. There's 2 or 3 people dying by using the chainsaw. So we have special equipment using the chainsaw. We have we always wear a a chainsaw pants. If the chainsaw kick back on your leg, that pants here will protect your leg from the chainsaw cutting your leg. So also, as good you see the helmet, we always put the helmet on. Helmet should be worn all the time on site, no excuse. when we climb the tree, always harnesses and ropes on. We sort of learned that in the TAFE. For 1 year, we learned how to do irrigation and how to take the tree nicely and safely on the ground. I always advise the clients, whoever have a tree they want it to be removed. First, second of all, any arborist, there is no tripper, there is no tree lopper, there is an arborist. Any arborist should come and remove their trees. They should make sure this guy is qualified, TAFE qualified, minimum level 3 arboricultural in the TAFE, and fully insured. That's including public liability, that's including works comp, and also they should check if he got a record, because at the moment there's a lot of dodgy cowboys in the market, and people should be very careful who they're using and who they get inside their house to cut the tree.
Next was the floor. The problem with these floors is that they have tongue and groove. So what happens if you try to remove it with a pinch bar? The tongue will break, or maybe the groove will break. So we had to think hard and find a solution. But yes, of course, we are the solutioneers, and we did find a solution. We just visited a friend and asked him to find a solution. And guess what? He made for us these amazing levers that they were actually fitting into the joists, the 4x2 hardwood joists, and we were removing the joists without damaging the floorboards. What an amazing invention, and so simple. And we saved every single centimeter of this beautiful Baltic pine. Did we sell that? No. Doesn't matter. We still got it in store, Danya's Timber, and if someone wants it, they can buy it for just $4 a meter. Imagine that material. It could just worth $15, $20 a meter. That's right. Only $4 a meter. Have a look again. Yes, that's the system that we use. We just made that up. Yeah, if you want to do demolition, you want to save the floorboards, give us a call. We can lend you these levers that we made up, and you can do it yourself. Imagine when you get this beautiful curry pine 6-inch like we have on another job. All these beautiful hardwoods, Australian hardwoods that are made into floorboards. We can save every single meter. So, next. Next. What's next? I forgot. And that's all we had for this episode. Next week we're going to continue with a man versus machine. Yeah, that's right. And we have some more of reuse and recycling. Yes, we're going to show you what we would with it. Of course, when you demolish a building, you have some rubble. It could be concrete, it could be broken tiles, broken bricks, render. What do we do with this? Next week we're going to show you how we... that's not man versus machine, because they use a lot of machines there. Metropolitan Demolition. But we're gonna continue next week with more of the man versus machine. See you next week. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you everybody for your support. Thank you Gumtree, thank you Wentworth Courier, and thank you everybody. You were wonderful. We recycled and reused 93% of the building. Thank you.